What if I told you there's a character in Squid Game who holds the power to unravel everything we thought we knew about the game? A figure hidden in plain sight, wearing a mask, yet possibly more dangerous than anyone we've encountered so far. The Masked Officer is a we are only beginning to understand. Season 2 of Squid Game opened new doors, introducing us to a new level of mystery and power dynamics. But as the chaos unfolded, there was one figure who stood out from the rest, a character we barely knew, but whose presence loomed large: the Masked Officer. This character is more than just a soldier in the game. He's a key to understanding the entire system that could change everything we thought we knew about the game's hierarchy. We know the soldiers in Squid Game are ranked by the shapes on their masks. The circles are the lowest rank, the triangles hold a bit more authority, and the squares, well, they're different. The squares are the ones who command. They're the eyes and ears of the operation, overseeing everything beneath them. But the Masked Officer, wearing that square mask, wasn't just overseeing, he was plotting. The Masked Officer isn't like the others. We first see him in Season 2, stepping into a position of authority, both a soldier and a leader. But here's the thing, we've learned so little about him. Is he a mere pawn in the game, or does he have a larger agenda? He's more than just an enforcer. He's a man hiding something. A man with a history that's been buried beneath the masks, the games, and the bloodshed. In his conversation with Kang Noel, we learned something shocking. He's been part of the games for 7 years, long enough to know exactly how to manipulate them. He even made a promise to Noel, offering her something in return for her loyalty help in finding her daughter in the north. This isn't just about power, it's about something deeper, something personal. The officer isn't just playing a game. He's playing a long, dangerous game of his own. We all have a breaking point. And the Masked Officer is no different. Even though he's risen through the ranks, taking on more responsibility, he's also losing a part of himself with every step. We've seen the weight of his choices, the loneliness, the stress, the quiet moments of reflection. In those fleeting moments, we see the cracks beneath the mask. His life outside the games is a mystery, but what if we could glimpse that world? See who he really is. Could it be that he wasn't always the one pulling the strings? That perhaps he too was once a participant, fighting for his life just like the others? And what if, over the years, he's evolved into someone who wants to control the very game he once played in? There's something chilling about his ambition, the desire to be more than just a cog in the wheel. But at what cost? In every corner of the island, he's watching. He's in charge of the organ harvesting operation, a dark, twisted element of the game that few are aware of. He commands the soldiers to fight back during the uprising, ensuring that the rebellion is crushed. But in the quiet moments, when he's alone, we see that this power, this control, is taking a toll. But here's the most chilling part. The officer has one foot in the game, but one foot in the world beyond it. He's not just a soldier, he's a man on the brink of something much bigger. He has power, influence, and knowledge. He's more than a second in command. He could easily become the next frontman. But is that what he really wants? Or is there something even darker brewing beneath the surface? The Masked Officer is one of the most intriguing and mysterious characters in Squid Game, a figure who, while remaining largely in the background, holds an immense amount of potential for betrayal and power. His motivations, though not fully revealed, suggest that he may have his sights set on much more than just survival. What if this enigmatic officer isn't merely playing to stay alive in the brutal world of the games, but is instead angling to take control of the entire operation? Could he rise through manipulation and betrayal, climbing over anyone who gets in his way to become the ultimate power in the game? This idea alone makes him one of the most dangerous figures in the Squid Game universe. After all, when you're so close to the top, how far will you go to seize the throne? At first glance, the Masked Officer may seem like just another faceless enforcer, following orders from the frontman without question. But as we've seen, this character has the potential to be far more than a mere pawn. The small, telling moments throughout Squid Game, the quiet power he holds, the calculated decisions he makes, and the subtle hints of ambition point toward a character who is not just part of the system, but someone who might eventually try to take the system down from within. This complexity adds layers to his role and makes his potential for betrayal so fascinating. He's not just a cog in the machine, he's someone playing a long game, one with a purpose, an agenda, and a plan that could eventually shake the very foundation of the games themselves. What makes the masked officer such an interesting character is the sense that we know so little about him. In a show like Squid Game, where characters are often defined by their desperation or their backstories, the masked officer is a figure cloaked in mystery. His motivations are never fully explained, leaving room for speculation about what drives him. Is it a thirst for power? Revenge against the system that has trapped him in this brutal hierarchy? Or is it something even deeper, a long-hidden ambition to overthrow those at the top and replace them with himself? We don't know for sure, but the tension surrounding his character suggests that, as the stakes rise in the series, he will be a major player. The front man, who currently holds the position of ultimate authority in the games, is the obvious target. Could the masked officer be quietly plotting to overtake him? It's not a stretch to imagine that the officer, who already plays a key role in maintaining order and executing the frontman's will, could maneuver his way into a position of greater power. Whether through manipulation, coercion, or outright betrayal, he has the potential to undermine the very man who holds the reins. This possibility of a power struggle is what makes him so dangerous, not just because he's a threat to those participating in the games, but because he's capable of turning against the very system that controls the games, using it to his own advantage. As the games continue to evolve and the risks become greater, the masked officer will undoubtedly find himself at the center of the action. His quiet but steady rise could be the catalyst for significant change in the game's structure. Will he use his position to further entrench the system, or will he try to dismantle it? His internal conflict between loyalty to the frontman and his own growing ambition could set the stage for a dramatic shift in power. This tension, as we've seen in many of the characters in Squid Game, is what makes the show so compelling. The unpredictable nature of each player, particularly someone like the masked officer, who has everything to gain by betraying those around him. But the road to power is never simple, especially in the world of Squid Game. The masked officer's ambitions could either lead to his rise to the top or his inevitable downfall. Betrayal in this deadly game is a double-edged sword. It could bring power, but it also carries the risk of exposure, retribution, and death. As we've learned from the fates of many characters, even the slightest misstep can lead to catastrophic consequences. The question remains, will the masked officer be able to outwit his enemies, or will his own ambition become his undoing? Looking ahead, it's clear that we haven't seen the last of the masked officer. As the plot unfolds in Squid Game Season 2, his role in the games and his pursuit of power will become even more critical. Will he manage to betray the frontman and take the throne for himself? Or will his rise be met with failure and destruction? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The masked officer is a character to watch closely, as his actions could shift the course of the entire game. So, what do you think? Is the masked officer poised to rise to power, or is his ambition doomed to fail? Will he betray everyone around him in his quest for control, or will his calculated plans lead to his downfall? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of Squid Game. The stakes are high, and the masked officer's fate is still up in the air. Count the word